Hello, Ateneans! To ensure a smooth running webinar for both the speaker and the audience, please be reminded of these following house rules. Number 1. For the entire duration of the webinar, kindly turn off or mute your microphones to avoid interrupting the presenter. Number 2. Be on time. Once you have joined the Zoom session, please refrain from leaving and attend the entire duration of the webinar. Number 3. To raise your queries, you may type them in the chat box of the platform you are using. Kindly refrain from posting comments unrelated to the topic. Number 4. The moderator will be acknowledging your questions and directing them to our speakers during the open forum. Number 5. When participating in the open forum, be mindful of your background and your background noise. Number 6. We will be releasing the link of the evaluation form at the end of the webinar. Number 7. Please note that we will only be issuing e-certificates to those who have registered, confirmed attendance, and completely filled out the evaluation form. Number 8. Use your real name and follow the prescribed format for proper documentation, if any. Number 9. Unless you are permitted by the organizer, please do not record any part of the webinar. And number 10. Please give us a week to prepare your e-certificate to be sent via email. Thank you and enjoy the webinar.
Hello there, Ateneans! Welcome to the new season of the Alternative Class Program.
That's right, the ACP is back and it comes with something more.
Indeed, the ACP is one of the biggest and most anticipated formation programs in the Ateneo, with more than 80% of the college population participating in the program's semestral offering.
And the ACP is made possible through the collaboration of the Office of Student Affairs and its partners, like academic departments and formation offices, the Supreme Student Government, and student volunteers like us. Why don't we refresh our students' memories on what the ACP is all about, Seth?
Sure, Alyssa, that would be helpful, especially for those who are attending the ACP for the first time. The ACP is conducted every semester to provide the college students with formative opportunities outside their regular classroom routine and daily schedule in support of the university's uniquely Jesuit educational goals. Instead of attending their classes for a particular period, students choose one ACP topic from among the offered webinars and e-workshops.
That's right, Zeth. Carefully selected resource speakers from different fields of specialization are invited to showcase their knowledge, skills, and inspire students to nurture their personal development and partake in social advocacies or causes.
Did you know that there are almost 30 ACP topics in store for all students this sem, and each student could take part in up to 4 webinars and workshops?
Wow, that's amazing, Seth. And what's even more amazing about the ACP is that our topics are varied enough to cater to the different interests of our students. We have politics, environment, arts and crafts, and health.
Foreign languages, financial literacy, performing arts. Name it and you have it in ACP.
But wait, there's more about the ACP this semester. Because of the improvement in our pandemic situation, we are now bringing back some face-to-face ACP events, especially the workshops.
That's indeed a good news for everyone, Alyssa. And I'm sure the students, like us, are excited to learn new things in the company of our fellow students. Speaking of more, what is really the meaning of the more? What is Magis?
That's a good question, Zeth. Students have a lot of misconceptions about Magis, so this is an opportunity to clarify what Magis really means. The Ignatian Magis is choosing the most loving option in our actions and decisions out of our love for God. Without this love for God and love of God, the more is not Magis.
Meaning the more is not about having more or doing more until you get exhausted. it is about quantity or excellence. Contrary to what people understand about Magis, neither is it about settling for the minimum and being complacent after having achieved so.
Magis is love of God and for God. And what better way to do Magis than by serving God's people, especially the poor and marginalized, as a way to love and glorify God. That's Magis, and we, Athenians, are called to discover and live out the more loving option in our everyday lives.
Given this theme, the ACP topics are carefully chosen to be relevant to the current times, formative, and mission-driven. And at the end of the webinars and e-workshops, the ACP hopes for the following objectives. First, acquire knowledge and/or skills that are relevant to one's interest, talent, skill, passion, or advocacy. Second, relate or share the learning and insight gained from the topic or activity in conversation or dialogue and personal reflection.
Third, examine the importance of one's interest, talent, skill, passion, or advocacy to the development of the society. And fourth, seek ways or opportunities by which the gained knowledge and skills can be further advanced and used for the benefit of the immediate organization, community, or larger society.
For now, we would like you to listen to the speakers sharing.
And please take part in the conversation during and even after the event.
Strive for more. Be persons of Magis and service. And don't forget to learn and have fun while we experience ACP Athenians. Hello there, Athenians. Welcome to the new season of the Alternative Class Program.
That's right, the ACP is back and it comes with something more.
Indeed, the ACP is one of the biggest and most anticipated formation programs in the Ateneo, with more than 80% of the college population participating in the program's semestral offering.
And the ACP is made possible through the collaboration of the Office of Student Affairs and its partners, like academic departments and formation offices, the Supreme Student Government, and student volunteers like us. Why don't we refresh our students' memories on what the ACP is all about, Seth?
Sure, Alyssa, that would be helpful, especially for those who are attending the ACP for the first time. The ACP is conducted every semester to provide the college students with formative opportunities outside their regular classroom routine and daily schedule in support of the university's uniquely Jesuit educational goals. Instead of attending their classes for a particular period, students choose one ACP topic from among the offered webinars and e-workshops.
That's right, Zeth. Carefully selected resource speakers from different fields of specialization are invited to showcase their knowledge, skills, and inspire students to nurture their personal development and partake in social advocacies or causes.
Did you know that there are almost 30 ACP topics in store for all students this sem? And each student could take part in up to 4 webinars and workshops?
Wow, that's amazing, Seth. And what's even more amazing about the ACP is that our topics are varied enough to cater to the different interests of our students. We have politics, environment, arts and crafts, and health.
Foreign languages, financial literacy, performing arts. Name it and you have it in ACP.
But wait, there's more about the ACP this semester. Because of the improvement in our pandemic situation, we are now bringing back some face-to-face ACP events, especially the workshops.
That's indeed a good news for everyone, Alyssa. And I'm sure the students like us are excited to learn new things in the company of our fellow students. Speaking of more, what is really the meaning of the more? What is Magis?
That's a good question, Zeth. Students have a lot of misconceptions about Magis, so this is an opportunity to clarify what Magis really means. The Ignatian Magis is choosing the most loving option in our actions and decisions out of our love for God. Without this love for God and love of God, the more is not Magis.
meaning the more is not about having more or doing more until you get exhausted. It is about quantity or excellence. Contrary to what people understand about mages, neither is it about settling for the minimum and being complacent after having achieved so.
Magis is love of God and for God. And what better way to do Magis than by serving God's people, especially the poor and marginalized, as a way to love and glorify God? That's Magis. And we, Athenians, are called to discover and live out the more loving option in our everyday lives.
Given this theme, the ACP topics are carefully chosen to be relevant to the current times, formative, and mission-driven. And at the end of the webinars and e-workshops, the ACP hopes for the following objectives. First, acquire knowledge and/or skills that are relevant to one's interest, talent, skill, passion, or advocacy. Second, relate or share the learning and insight gained from the topic or activity in conversation or dialogue and personal reflection.
Third, examine the importance of one's interest, talent, skill, passion, or advocacy to the development of the society. And fourth, seek ways or opportunities by which the gained knowledge and skills can be further advanced and used for the benefit of the immediate organization, community, or larger society.
For now, we would like you to listen to the speakers sharing.
And please take part in the conversation during and even after the event.
Strive for more. Be persons of Magis and service. And don't forget to learn and have fun while we experience ACP Athenians.
Education paves the way for future success and advancement. However, not all are privileged enough to have easy access to essential resources needed in surviving life in the university. There are some students who need to juggle their studies and work in order to support themselves and their own families. Part-time opportunities serve as their lifeline, as these jobs are their companions and the reason why their dreams have a chance. For some, maybe these jobs are their companions in honing their skills and nurturing their capabilities and preparation for working as a professional in the future. But there will always a con to every pro. Students oftentimes experience several setbacks in doing part-time jobs while studying. Not until this kind of work setup was introduced, freelancing, Well, I bet most of us have heard of this, or some of us are even into freelancing or planning to engage in it. Well, this webinar is perfect for you. Kaya naman, sit back and relax, guys, because this webinar will offer you a lot of insightful ideas for exploring freelance opportunities. Bago ang lahat, gusto ko kayong batiin ng isang kapanapanabik na hapon. I am Catherine Liaban, a first-year legal management student, and I am honored to welcome you to one of the most timely, helpful, and relevant events in this semester's alternative class program. I welcome you all to this afternoon's webinar entitled Suma-Sideline Exploring Freelance Opportunities for Full-Time Students. Through this event, we hope that our participants will get to know about the available legitimate platforms and part-time opportunities and learn how to properly set realistic expectations when it comes to this kind of matter. But before we move forward, I would like to give some key reminders to everyone. First, please mute your microphones to prevent distracting the speaker and your fellow participants. Second, we highly encourage you to open your cameras if your internet connection permits you to do so. Lastly, if you have any questions or insights, feel free to send them through the Google form link. Rest assured that we will be acknowledging your questions and will be directing them to our speaker during the open forum. However, kindly refrain from indicating unnecessary and irrelevant remarks. Also, please mind your language and choices of words and giving your reactions and sentiments. Keep in mind that we must chat to amplify and not to distract. We are also live on the AdNuOS's YouTube channel, so let us greet our YouTube streamers with a pleasant afternoon as well. Please do not hesitate to send your messages or questions so we can entertain them later in the open forum. Please take note as well that e-certificates will only be awarded to registered participants who will accomplish the evaluation form. So please do stay until the end of this webinar because we will be providing the link for the evaluation form at the latter part of the program. We hope that you will all join us until the end and gain new and useful learning from this event. Pero bago ang lahat, in the spirit of cura personalis, let us first have a quick kumustahan session for today's video. Siyempre, katatapos lang ng pre-final exam natin, and for sure, there are still some prof na humahabol na mag-send ng exam and magpagawa ng mga task. Now, for this kumustahan aptly titled Food of the Day, I want you guys to comment on any kind of food that best describes your day so far, your mood, or even your energy level. Also, while you all are at it, kindly include a short description as to why you've chosen that food. Okay ba yon? Alright, so to answer the question, you may go to the Mentimeter that is flashed on the screen, or you may click the link that is shared on the chat box. Again, what is one food that best describes or symbolizes what you are feeling today? Don't worry, guys, because your answers will remain anonymous. So be creative. At sige, para naman may idea kayo, sige na nga, ako na magsa-start. Okay, siguro, kung pagkain ako, I will be jumbo hotdog para kayang-kaya ko na to. Ayan, overused na yung jumbo hotdog pero applicable siya sa akin kasi ang dami kong gagawin. So yan guys, be creative, and again, our link is flashed on the screen and the Mentimeter code would be 2807-4352. Again, that is 2807-4352. Ayan, so meron ako nakikitang mga answers. Ayan, sabi dito, what food best describes your day so far? Sunny side up, because I just woke up. Ayan, good morning naman sa'yo, kahit hapon na. And meron dito, lechon kawali, kare-kare. Ayan, nakagutom. Meron ding nagsabi, sour candy. And then ice cream because I am melting under all this stress. Ayan, very creative naman. So, kayang-kaya nyo yan, guys. Kayang-kaya natin tong itawid na first sem pala. Meron din dito soup kasi sabaw na ako. Ha ha ha. Yan, nakakapsak pa yung tawa niya. Ayan, nakaka-relate. Siguro ang daming nakaka-relate kasi lahat ata tayo sabaw. Lahat tayo sabog-sabog pa kasi ang daming requirements na need ipasa. Ayan, meron din dito pakbet. Because my life right now is pak na pak and bet na bet. Bet na bet ko na mag-give up. Joke lang po. Ayan. Meron pa. Yeah. Meron dito nagsabi, chicken nuggets. Thank you, Mom. You know that I love chicken nuggets. Ayan. Siguro favorite niya ang chicken nuggets sa Bunoan. Kasi mura lang doon. Nag-endorse. Ayan. So, ayan. Marami pang nag-a-answer. Pero, siguro, tatapusin na natin yung kumustahan natin session dyan. So, thank you so much, my dear Ateneans, for your enthusiasm and cooperation through that short kumustahan session. Ayan, super nakakagutom yung mga binanggit yung pagkain. And I hope na nakapag-lunch na kayo. Ayan, sa mga hindi pa, sige, kain kayo habang nag-ACP tayo. Basta makinig lang kayo. So, ayan, now I think we are all ready to proceed to the main part of the program. So, to formally begin this event, may I invite all of you to settle down and put ourselves in the presence of the Lord as we begin with the opening prayer. Let us all bow our heads and immerse ourselves in His presence.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear God, we thank you for today and the fresh chance to know, love, and serve you and your people. We thank you for the gifts of life, talents, and persons that you have divinely placed in our lives. We thank you for Ignatian spirituality and the missions of the Society of Jesus and the Ateneo de Naga University. We thank you for our being Ateneans and the unique education and formation and purpose that comes with our identity and values. We thank you for the generosity of your people, especially our speakers and the people who worked hard to make the alternative class program possible. We thank you for our fellow learners and friends who shall take part in enriching conversations and inspiring actions after the event. As we all journey together in new beginnings, continuations, and transitions, may we draw inspiration from the learning we shall gain from ACP and other formation programs. Open our hearts and minds and refresh our memories so that we may discover what you are calling us to do. In the innumerable details, concerns, and hopes that we have today. With courage and joy, may we strive for the more, the Magus. That is to strive to know you more intimately, that I may know you more dearly and follow him more closely. May the many crises in our midst not paralyze us. Instead, may it embolden us. May we truly find you in all things, including our own struggles and afflictions, and may we graciously and humbly receive your merciful and reassuring love. We pray for all these in the name of Jesus Christ, with the intercession of Our Lady of Peña Francia and Saint Ignatius of Loyola. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
All right, once again, good afternoon to our dear Athenians. We hope that you are all geared up to listen to our insightful and motivating webinar. Are you all ready to explore freelance opportunities with us? Ready na ba kayo tulad ko? Ayan. Well, I am given the honor to introduce to you our amazing and reputable speaker for this event. Our resource speaker once thought that it was her destiny to be a CPA lawyer. But little did she know that her small side hustle during her sophomore year in college would eventually evolve into a full-time career. She is currently thriving as an expert in creatives management for US and Europe-based e-commerce companies, with dozens of products she worked on recognized as Amazon's best sellers. Committing to economic empowerment for the youth as her main advocacy, she has mentored aspiring freelancers who have now grown into six-figure monthly income earners. Her next big ambition is to build a network of young professionals with a common goal: to achieve a nurturing and holistically rewarding career outside of traditional, borderline exploitative workplaces. Back in college, she was a student leader and achiever. In fact, she was part of the prestigious Ayala Young Leaders Congress. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure and privilege to introduce to you our guest speaker, Miss Ruby Jane Bandola. Let us give her a virtual round of applause by clicking the clapping emoji. Good afternoon po, Miss Ruby.
Hi, and thank you for having me.
Ayan, thank you po.
Okay, so as Catherine had mentioned earlier, I started freelancing back in college. Actually, as a college student, bukod sa pagiging, ayun, sabi daw, student leader, achiever, ayan, raketera din ako nung college. Like, experience ko na magbenta ng ukay, ng skincare, as in everything. May mga online shop ako noon. But eventually, I was introduced to freelancing, and ayun nga, luckily from being just a side hustle, earning a couple of cents na dollars noon, ngayon full-time career ko na siya as an adult. Ayan, so let's proceed. Sige po. Ayan, a little background about myself. I am Ruby. My preferred pronouns are she and her. So, ayan nga, CPA lawyer wannabe talaga ako, na ang pinakapangarap ko noon is maging human rights lawyer, na sana hindi pa naman too late. Pero right now, ang career ko ay creatives manager and graphic designer for EU and US-based companies. So, ayan, as this job, bilang perks nitong job na to, me and my friends naka-hashtag work from anywhere kami. So, kadalasan, if you guys wanna meet up, ask anything, or magpa-mentor, you would see me kadalasan sa Starbucks SM, Kasabing Leaf, Harina. Kasi one din na drawback ng freelancing is sometimes it can get really lonely, na ang katapat mo lang ay screen at pader ng bahay nyo. So, ayan, may work from anywhere day kami ng friends ko. So, yan. Enough about myself. Yan, proceed tayo. Yan, ano-ano ba yung pagchichika natin this afternoon? Kasi to be honest, there's a lot you could learn about freelancing. Pero since limited yung time natin, kinompress ko siya in these essentials para sa isang full-time student na as in starting from scratch, wala pang Upwork profile, wala pang portfolio. So yan, una nating pag-uusapan is yung personal case study ko, yung short or brief description ng journey ko from 2015 na na-introduce ako sa freelancing up until now na full-time job ko na siya. And then second, pag-uusapan natin yung basics ni freelancing. Ano ba talaga siya? And I understand that it could often be too good to be true, yung mga pinapromise na salary per hour. So, i-explore natin what makes freelancing legit and stable, unlike sa common misconception na napaka risky daw ng job na freelancer. Ayan, we would also talk about, ayan, number 3, pwede kaya ako dyan? Kasi as much as I wanna promise na everyone can be a freelancer, the honest answer is that hindi. May mga kailangan tayong i-prepare and may mga kailangan tayong equipment para makapag-freelance. Ayan. Fourth naman, pag-uusapan natin in depth, how exactly could you start from nothing into trying out and getting your first client. And lastly, ano-ano yung mga platform na pwede nyong explore to find legit clients. Kasi one thing din na naging disadvantage ng pagsikat ng freelancing is ang dami na nagtitake advantage na scammer na imbes na ikaw kunwari yung kikita, ayan, huhut-hutan ka pa ng pera. So yan, let's proceed po. Ayan, let's first go to my personal case study and how freelancing transitioned from being just my side hustle ng college into a full-time career ngayon. Ayan. So, nag-start yung freelancing journey ko noong 2015. So, bukod sa emotional damage, may nakuha naman akong good thing sa ex kong atenista. So, nirefer niya ako sa ka-org niya na freelancer. And doon ako nag-start as a ghostwriter. So, bale, what happened is, my client, si Ate Meg, sa Upwork, and para din mas kumita siya and mas madami yung nasasubmit niyang output, nag-outsource siya ng third party, and isa na ako doon, na gumawa ng mga task for her. So, ayan, ang ginagawa ko na is mga non-fiction ebook on iba-ibang topic, anything na binebenta ng client on Amazon. Kasi uso sa kanila yung mga pagbenta ng resource materials on Amazon lang. So, yan, nag-outsource sila ng writers, pinapackage nila sa kanila, binebenta, dun sila kumikita. So, yun yung first job ko in 2015. So, it went well naman. Parang naging first income ko na is naka 6K naman ako for 2 ebooks. So, nag-decide ako na what if itry ko na ako naman yung maghahanap ng sarili kong client. So, noong 2016, naglakas loob tayong gumawa ng Upwork profile. Nag-set up ako ng portfolio ko and mga sample na output galing lang sa sinasubmit ko sa publication namin sa The Democrat. Yung mga ginagawa kong PubMat na pinopost ng org ko sa Facebook. Kasi nga, estudyante tayo, wala naman tayong actual na job experience pa. So, ang nagamit kong panggawa ng profile and parang pag-establish ng credibility ay mga non-acad kong ganap. So, yan. Yung una ko naman na job sa Upwork na ako mismo yung nakahanap is blog writing. Binayaran ako ng 250 pesos kada article na 500 words. So yan, pinagsasabay ko siya na habang nagsa-study, pag may free time, may kitambay sa office na may wifi naman, so doon ako nagtatrabaho. So yan, makita nyo nga dito sa 2016 na nasilaw tayo sa easy money at na-scam. Ito naman, may client akong nakita na magpapa-edit lang daw, mag-proofread ng thesis niya. So, quick lang daw yun na-edit and isang bagsakan, makareceive ako ng 5K. So, ang ginawa ko is nag-absent ako sa klase, nagpuyat, as in siguro mga 40 hours straight akong gising para lang makuha yung 5K na yun. Ang ending, pakasubmit ko ng output, ayan, bye-bye. Hindi na nagre-reply, hindi ako binayaran, nag-absent pa ako. So, na-discourage ako. Kasi parang, ay, scam naman pala to. Like, swertihan lang. May mga okay, and sadly, eto, natapat ako sa scammer. So, nag-stop na lang ako, bumalik ako sa online selling. Yun yung kinareer ko at that time. So, 4 years din, 2016 to 2020, wala akong ganap sa freelancing. Until, ayan, 2020, around February or January siguro yun, naka-receive ako ng random PM na magpapa-edit daw siya ng thesis ulit. So, ayun, since na-scam nga ako dun sa thesis na yan, ayoko sana mag-reply. Tapos naisip ko na lang na ay baka ang hinahanap nito si mom ko na teacher sa university namin noon, baka na wrong send lang. So, ayan. Upon chatting with the person, yun pala, ako talaga yung hinahanap niya. Kasi alam niya na part ako ng The Democrat, magaling naman daw sa English. So sa akin na lang daw mag-proofread talaga. Until nakwento niyan, we became friends, nakwento niya nag-freelance siya for a while now. And doon ulit ako napabalik kasi sabi niya, tutulungan niya daw ako to, ayan, kabalik in a legit platform. Kasi sa Upwork ako na-scam, di ba? So sa free up ako naman napunta para mag-try ulit ng freelancing. Pero ayun, since dito kasi sa free up medyo matumal yung job posting, in-update ko pa rin yung Upwork profile ko. So, di ba, that's January, February. Tapos ayun, surprise nung March, nag-pandemic. So yung plano ko na mag-work sa Makati o Cebu, yung plano ko na mag-review agad para magkaroon ng CPA title, wala nangyari. Tapos even yung pag-enroll sa law school, kasi di ba lahat nun, transitioning pa to online school na wala. So bali parang right after graduation, ako yung batch ng pandemic mismo, 2020 nag-graduate. Wala, like from zero, hindi ko alam kung saan pupunta, magiging palamunin ba ako ni na mama. So yun, dun ako nag-decide na sige, karirin natin tong freelancing na to since so far, okay naman, wala pa namang scam na naganap. So ayan, nung 2021, ayun na, dun nag-boom na as in juggling ako ng 6 to 8 clients at a time. Ang trabaho ko noon, di ba dati, ghostwriter ako. Ngayon, naging SOCMED manager din tayo, naging graphic designer, and of course, andun pa rin yung first love ko as a freelancer, which is writer. Next slide po. Ayan. So, di ba, na-mention ko nga kanina na 6 to 8 clients at once yung minamanage ko. And medyo nakakapagod siya, struggle. Minsan yung 3 brain cells ko, as in, wala ka talagang maaasahan. So, nag-decide tayo na mag-stick lang to 1 client. So, parang nag-work review kami noon. And ang only negative thing na sinabi niya sa akin is, bakit daw kasi hindi ako nag-full-time sa kanila? So, ayan, nag-decide ako na, okay, sige, let's take the risk na magpa-employ sa isang client lang, mag-commit sa kanila 40 hours a day. And hanggang ngayon, nag-work naman. So, nag-note na ako dun sa other clients ko na I'll be leaving you, sorry, due to other career opportunities. So, may isa pa akong client ngayon na hindi pumayag. Hindi daw siya papayag na umalis ako. So, ayan, work kabit ko siya ngayon. So, bale, to sum up, 2 clients yung hinahandle ko at the moment. Isang from London, isang from Italy. And tung 2021 din, doon ako nag-start ng mag-mentor ng ibang aspiring freelancer. Meron akong na-mentor na dating underpaid but overworked na teacher. Ayun, ka-work ko na siya. Meron ding isang struggling artist, naghahanap ng break sa entertainment industry. Ka-work ko na din siya ngayon and thriving. So, ayun. On 2022 naman, this year ko lang talaga na-achieve yung ma-experience yung sinasabi na lang 6 digits. So, kaya ako FE dun sa mga nagpa-promise na ay in a few months lang kaya mag 6 digits sa freelancing. Lucky ka kung oo, ma-achieve mo siya. Pero it takes a lot of hard work. And later, pag-uusapan natin yan kung paano ba siya talaga ma-achieve. And yun din, bukod dun sa mga na-mention kanina ni MC na tinatry kong gawin, nakaganap sa buhay, another priority ko is pag-aralan ng work-life balance. Dahil sa freelancing, parang nagiging vague yung limits and boundaries ng work-life mo and ng actual na buhay, ng social life and everything. So, proceed po tayo. Ayan, quick overview lang sa naging clients natin. And pwede nyo din maging clients in the future. Ito yung mga madalas. Usually talaga ang nag-hire ng freelancers, especially from the Philippines, ay from US, from UK, meron din nag-hire from Netherlands and Italy. These are European countries. Meron din kayong pwedeng makuha from Australia. And kahit fellow Pinoy, nag-hire din ng freelancer. So next slide po tayo. Ayan, ito quick overview lang. kasi naniniwala tayo sa pay transparency. Ito yung journey ng pay rates na nakuha ko sa freelance job from being a full-time student to full-time freelancer. So yan, dito makikita nyo na as an ebook writer, nag-start tayo sa $0.6 to $0.7 per 100 words. Ayan, yung updated rate ngayon na try ko sa pagiging writer, umakyat naman sa up to $20 per 100 words. Ano pa ba dito? Nag-try din ako mag-VA na $3 to $4 per hour. SOCMED manager na $6 to $12 per hour. Pero from experience, ang pinaka-high paying na role na try ko ay graphic designer, na nakakuha naman ako ng clients na up to $15 meron. Pero meron din mga low baller na $6 per hour yung rate na binibigay nila. So, ayan. Next slide po. Ayan. To sum up yung personal case study ko, ayan, one of the scariest pero most empowering things I've explored ng freelancing. And I'm glad na I tried ulit kahit na-scam tayo ng paulit-ulit noon. So, proceeding po. Ayan. Proceed tayo sa second section ng ating presentation na freelancing. Legit ba talaga yan? Kasi one of the mentees that I've had, nung una kong inintroduce sa kanya yung freelancing and sinabi ko sa kanya na ito, yung magiging pay sa'yo is $10 per hour. Ang una niyang tinanong sa akin is, ayun, legit ba talaga yan? Kasi galing siya sa really low-paying teaching job. Tapos ito, parang, di ba, too good to be true. Like parang, ayan, basta, legit ba talaga yan? Yun yung kadalasang tanong in freelancing. So, dito sa section na to, i-explore din natin, ano ba yung difference ni freelancing with common and traditional jobs na nakilala natin as students. Yun. Next slide po. Ayan. From Upwork and Outsource Accelerator, ito ay mga freelancing platforms where you could find clients. They define freelancing as doing specific work for clients without committing to full-time employment. Another formal description would be providing services as a self-employed individual. It primarily entails working under a contract that does not need you to report to an office daily at a specific time. Sige, next slide po tayo. To summarize those formal descriptions, for me, basically, freelancing simply means flexibility in your job. Sige, next slide po. Ayan. One best thing na nabibigay sa atin ng freelancing is the power of choice. So, ano-ano ba yung choices na pwedeng magawa if you decide na ang magiging racket mo as a college student ay freelancing? So, di ba, of course, meron tayong, ang primary priority natin ay studies natin. So, freelancing allows you to choose when to work. So, may mga client na as in, basta masubmit mo yung output na kailangan at a specified deadline, okay na yun. Hindi mo kailangan mag-report a specific time frame. But of course, meron din naman, especially if you are a virtual assistant, meron din clients na would prefer na you would report sa time zone nila. Pero generally, one great thing is, yan, may choice ka. Kung kasakali hindi mag-work yung job na yun for you, then you could choose to decline and find more clients pa na swak sa schedule mo as a student. Or kung nalandingan mo naman yung client na totally free ka mag-set ng work routine mo, o di swerte, kung kailan lang talaga yung gap mo sa schedule, ay di dun ka mag-work. Ayan, next din is freelancing allows you to choose what to work on and who to work for. So, you could really choose kung ano yung niche or yung parang category ng jobs or ng topics na pwede mong workan, whether you're into art, you're into healthcare, architecture and buildings, anything. There could be a niche or a genre of freelancing jobs for you. So, more than that, pwede ka rin mag-decline ng mga proposal sa'yo kung feeling mo against sa values mo, yung pinapagawa. Kasi for instance, nung college ako, naka-experience akong sinandan ako ng proposal na gumawa daw ng mga erotic na novel. And since noon at that time, conservative tayo and feeling ko ma-disown tayo ng devout Christian family ko if gagawin ko yun, so dinecline ko. So yan. More than that, freelancing also allows you to choose how much to get paid for your rendered work. So unlike sa traditional jobs na halos doon lang sa employer, yung HR niya lang or yung finance ang may say kung ano yung bibigay sa'yo. Sa freelancing, common thing na makikinegotiate ka ng rate mo. Or even ikaw mismo yung magsaset, and if hindi nila afford, then bye-bye. So yan, to sum up, freelancing allows you to choose when to work, what to work, who to work for, and how much to get paid for your rendered work. Next slide po. Ayan, very quickly, compare natin yung freelancing with traditional jobs. First, yun na nga na-mention natin na flexibility, na kung sa traditional job, kailangan magpapantahi ka pa ng uniform mo, magre-report ka, kunwari, kung crew ka sa McDo o Jollibee, kailangan mo talagang mag-report at a specific time frame, sa specific branch na mag-e-employ sa'yo. Sa freelancing, kahit nasa school ka, kunwari, nasa Xavier Hall ka lang, pwede kang mag-connect sa internet or mag-data, pwede ka na maka-work doon habang naghihintay sa next class mo. Sa volume of clients naman, sa traditional jobs, of course, predictable yung income mo. Kung ano yung pinirmahan mong kontrata na ma-receive mo per cut-off, kinsenas katapusan man yan or weekly, yun lang talaga yung ma-receive mo from the employer. Pero sa freelancing naman, it's both a good thing and a bad thing. Depende sa clients na meron ka at a specific time. At depende sa na-close mong deal and prices doon sa job or project na yun. Next po. Ayan. Ito, another din na disadvantage ng freelancing. Na sa traditional job, especially if kung full-time worker ka din at the same time full-time student, usually merong binibigay na benefits, allowances, may 13th month pay, may parang double pay pag nag-report kapag holidays. Sa freelancing, wala nun. Kadalasan, especially if naka-hourly rate ka lang, no work, no pay tayo. And sa Pinas lang kasi uso yung 13th month pay. Kung foreign ang employer mo, wala naman sa batas nila na magbigay sa freelancer na Pinoy ng 13th month pay. Or even bonuses, Christmas bonuses, wala nun. Depende lang talaga kung mabait yung makuha mong employer. Another thing na dito nag-struggle din ako, ayan, ang self-motivation and self-discipline, extremely necessary siya sa freelancing. Kasi madaling malasing sa perks ng flexibility. Another reason din kung bakit ngayon lang ako nag-thrive totally kahit matagal na ako sa freelancing. Kasi tamad tayo mag-work. Ayan, parang 4 hours, 2 hours, minsan nga wala pa. Kasi wala tayong nabibuild na routine. Kumpara sa traditional job na pwedeng may supervisor ka who constantly checks on you, para din ma-promote ka sa traditional job mo, kailangan ma-meet mo yung mga KPI or yung mga performance indicators or para magkaroon ka ng raise. Sa freelancing, depende sa negotiation mo. Basically, since ikaw ang boss, ikaw din bahala sa buhay mo about everything. So it's also both a good thing and a bad thing. Next slide po. So ayan, that's it for what is freelancing and comparing it with traditional jobs din. And ang main key takeaway ko dito sa section na to, na I want you then to absorb is freelancing would now disrupt the perception of success. Kasi 'di ba ang freelancing hindi siya nakatay sa mga glorified or talaga naman glorify na mga job title like manager, executive, but it doesn't necessarily mean na freelancer ka lang or kaya na you are less successful than anybody else. And I'm happy na freelancing as an industry is growing into something respectable and even stellar, na ang iba matatanong mo ano bang gusto mong lipatan na job, ay gusto kong mag-try ng freelancing kasi mukhang maganda. Or kung anong gusto mong side hustle as a full-time student, hindi na lang tayo nakakahon sa pagiging online seller or pagiging crew or pagiging student assistant. It's really amazing na ang freelancing nakapagbigay siya ng opportunities both in terms of growth and financially na hindi nabibigay ng traditional jobs. Next slide po. Ayan, importanteng question. Pwede ba kaya ako dyan sa freelancing? Kasi kailangan din you check a couple of requisites or essentials to know if ready ka na nga ba and you would thrive as a freelancer. So, ayan. Next po. Ayan. Basic freelancing checklist natin. Unang-una, personal device. Preferably, laptop sana or PC na supported yung specs, yung specs niya adequate para sa gusto nyong applyan na trabaho. Like for instance, kung ang magiging role niya lang naman ay mag-access ng email, gagawa ng document, magta-transcribe. So parang light usage lang, okay na yung mga 4 gig na RAM. Hindi mo naman kailangan dyan ng i7 na processor. Ayan, pero kung video editing, graphic design, yung gusto mong i-explore as a job, may mga client na as inihingin yung screenshot ng specs mo, ng laptop mo. From experience, yung nirefer ko dito sa job ko, na on hold yung hiring sa kanya kasi hindi kaya nung laptop niya yung job, yung graphic design work, and yung heaviness ng applications na gamitin. So, ang ginawa niya is, nakigamit muna siya ng credit card ng friend namin. So, yun big risk nga yun kasi first freelance job niya din. Ito talaga. Para nag-risk siya na makiutang muna, maki-credit card for a laptop na swak dun sa specs na kailangan. So, meron din akong na-mentor, sadly, na hindi natuloy sa freelancing. Kasi yun naman job niya is as a blog writer. And trinay namin na mag-research siya, gagawa siya sa Google Docs na naka-phone lang. Ang kaso hindi talaga siya nag-work. Basta may effect din kasi sa productivity if you are using the right and the adequate devices for your job. So I highly recommend na meron kayong device na adequate and enough sa gusto nyong role na pasukin sa freelancing. Next, super important na checklist is a stable internet connection. For instance, sa free app, nagre-requires nila na at least 2 MB yung speed ng internet mo. So parang pag nag-apply ka sa free app, magsasend ka ng screenshot ng speed tester to prove yung internet connection mo. Kasi of course, internet yung puhunan mo para makiconnect with and communicate with your clients. Doon ka mag-send ng proposal, and of course, doon ka mag-access ng project mo and yung resources to do your job. Next, important din is marketable skills. And I would tell you, kahit estudyante ka, pwede ka makipaglaban or makipagsabayan with other freelancing in the Philippines or even across the world. So you have to ask yourself, do you have valuable skills that can help clients solve their problem or achieve their goal? So sabihin natin na magaling ka sa writing, magaling ka sa English. So kailangan mong hanapin yung ano ba yung application ng writing skills ko. Pwede siyang for blog writing, pwede siyang for technical writing, or other writing jobs, or basically na nakaka-provide ng value sa client mo. Or kung graphic design na magaling ka sa Photoshop, you could solve a problem ni client na ay outdated na kasi yung website, or even yung logo ko medyo low quality. So you could solve that problem with your graphic design skills. So ayan, basically 3 of the most important things: personal device para to assist you and mismo sa paggawa ng job, stable internet, and yung marketable skills. So itong 3 yung pinaka magiging puhunan mo for you to explore and get into freelancing. Next slide po tayo. So ayan, proceed naman tayo sa mga job in freelancing na sa tingin ko pinaka beginner friendly. So una is yung writer. So, ayan, nandyan yung pwede kang mag-creative or technical writing. Ayan. And may confession ako na as a writer, wag niyo akong tularan na wag kang mag-accept ng ganitong job. Pero ako kasi kailangan ko ng pera at that time. So, nag-accept ako ng trabaho na ako yung magte-take ng exam, ng business law exam, ng estudyante from US. So, ayan. Ako, essay naman kasi siya. So, parang ang ginawa namin is, pinasa niya lang sa akin yung question real time. Ako naman sumagot din real time. Kasi yung sinubmit niya. Ano pa bang writing job? Na-try natin ghostwrite ng ebook, gumawa ng research paper, what else? Gumawa di ba sa Shopee or sa Lazada may mga product description dun. Sa Amazon, which is sa US or sa EU, very very technical sila pagdating sa titles and job description or rather product description. So pwede nyo doon ma-explore yun as writer. Other beginner-friendly jobs, pwede kang mag-proofreader or editor kung grammar nuts ka, di ba? Or kaya language major ka. Pwede kang mag-proofread ng unpublished books, articles, assignment ng iba, or kaya even resume ng ibang professionals na naghahanap ng freelancer. Yan, pwede ka din maging graphic designer na taga-design ng logo, packaging, social media posts, t-shirts, social media manager, na ito yung pinaka-nauuso ngayon na freelance job as a virtual assistant, SOCMED manager. So, ikaw yung magmamanage and magbo-boost ng Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok ni client. Classified din as freelance job ang pagiging online teacher. So, kadalasan dito ay yung pagiging English teacher para sa mga non-native speakers. And ito din, pinaka-popular ngayon, virtual assistant. So, pwede kang maging remote assistant ni client para sumagot sa chats niya, sa emails niya. Pwede ka din na taga-ayos lang ng schedule niya on a daily basis, lalo na executive assistant ka. Pwede ka din maghanap ng leads kung mapadpad ka sa client na nag-offer ng services. So, papahanapin ka niya ng mga email and number ng pwedeng maging customer. So, yun. Ito ay kinuha natin galing sa Upwork. Itong mga beginner-friendly freelance jobs. Next slide po. Ito pa pala. More beginner-friendly freelance jobs pa. As simple as pagiging transcriber. So, may mga client na nag-hire ng freelancer para i-convert to text form or even minutes yung mga meeting nila. So, sasendan ka ng recording ng meeting, kailangan mong i-transcribe. O kaya yung mga may podcast, nagre-record sila para sa YouTube nila, and then ita-transcribe mo lang to text form para sa captions ng podcast nila. Pwede ka din maging translator. Kasi, di ba, may pwedeng nag-enroll ka kasi sa Spanish class, French class, or kung ano man. Pakinabangan natin, pwede kang mag-translate ng content into multiple languages para sa clients who need this. Usually, para to sa mga sellers, like for instance, US sellers sila na gusto magbenta sa Spain or kaya sa France and other countries. Kaya kailangan nilang i-translate yung content nila to that specific local language. So yan, sa mga fellow ko dyan na accounting yung course, pwede kayong mag-apply as bookkeeper or even, mag-assist sa tax filing, mag-manage ng accounts ni client, mag-ayos ng payroll, and yun. Video editor, pwede din if may talent kayo for this. Very high-paying din ng trabaho na video editing. Kasi especially for sellers sa ibang bansa, nakakadagdag kasi ng reputation nila and credibility kung may video sila for the products that they sell. And freelance job din. Siguro marami na nito, even Naga, locally. Pwede kang maging photographer for events, weddings, debut. And pwede na corporate. Actually, job ko din to ngayon na product photographer. Pinapadalahan ako ng products ni client from China. Pinapadala sa Naga and titaken ko ng photos. Yun yung gagamitin namin for graphic design. So, yun yung mga pwede nyong explore na pwedeng jobs na kahit, di ba, beginner ka, okay lang. Kasi hindi usually naghahanap ng diploma, hindi naghahanap ng job experience yung client sa freelancing. Ang kadalasang hihingi nila ay proof of your skills na later i-explain din natin. Next po. Ayan. So, syempre, after natin masabi na talagang may legit na trabaho naman sa freelancing, kaya ba talaga ba na kumita kahit newbie lang or kahit estudyante tayo? So, yun. The answer is a big yes, and even entry-level freelancing jobs can be financially rewarding. So, magiging source natin sa next slides ay ang FreeUp. I would recommend kasi this platform kasi generally mas legit and mas matataas yung rates na binibigay nila sa freelancers. Unlike Upwork na nagkakaltas pa ng 20% sa kita mo. Sige, next slide po tayo. Ayan. Sa FreeUp, naka-divide yung rates nila sa mga non-US freelancer and sa mga taga-US, taga-UK, or I think Canada ito. So, generally, mas mataas yung pay ng clients for, ayun, yung nasabi kong country na US, UK, and Canada. Pero still, rewarding pa din naman yung mga rates para sa non-US like Philippines, India. Ayan, yan yung usually mga nag-freelance. So, explore natin. Dito ay para sa mga business operation skill set. So, virtual assistant sa FreeUp, pwede kang kumita ng $7 to $12 per hour. Ayan. Ang rates pagdating sa freelancing ay per hour, hindi per day. Meron din naman project-based. Pero if mga ganito, like rates niya, yan, $7 to $12 per hour. Ito, if you wanna be a customer service rep, may it be phone, chat, email, pwede ding 7 to 12, email management 5 to 9, even data entry lang 5 to 9, Excel 7 to 20, translation 12 to 30. Sige, tingin tayo ng iba. Next slide po. Ayan, so blogging or content writing, up to $20. Ito ay mga content creation skills. So, copywriting up to $20. Content editing. Ayan, kung mapansin ninyo, halos starting talaga siya sa $7 per hour. Yan yung entry-level prescribed salary ni FreeUp for freelancers. Next po. Ayan, social media management, then 7 to 20. Email marketing, and graphic design, 7 to 20. 3D graphic design, di ba, sa Ateneo may course sa illustration and animation. Ayan, very high paying yung job na yun. You could earn as much as $35 per hour sa paggawa lang ng 3D collaterals para sa clients. What else? Yan. Sige, next slide po. Sales assistant. Yun, di ba yung na-mention natin kanina na transcription? Mag-encode ka lang from audio to text. You could earn din na $7 to $20 per hour. Ito, mga management ng Insta FB, similarly 7 to 20. Ayan. Sige, next slide po. So, ayan, yun, di ba na-mention natin kanina, yung mga super technical na kailangan mo as a freelancer. Ay, hindi ko pala na-edit yung icons dito. But anyway, ito yung mga additional freelancing essentials. Una is physical health mo. Kasi sa freelancing, hindi rin natin masabi kung anong oras ba talaga yung ibibigay sa inyo na work schedule. You have to make sure na are you healthy enough to devote more active hours beyond classes. Makatulog ka pa ba talaga? I mean, may time ka pa ba to rest? Considering all the ganap na a college student has. You also have to check your mental health. Kasi hindi naman na first apply mo pa lang ng freelancing, accepted ka na agad. Or even if pag na-hire ka, we can't say kung gaano katagal ka nga ba mag-stay dun sa company na yun. So you have to check, are you really prepared to handle the possibility of rejections and toxic clients? Yan. And more importantly then, you have to check, can you commit to to both your work and academics without sacrificing either. Kasi, ayan, unlike siguro sa, kunwari, pag may deliverable ka sa org mo or assignment na pwede pang kausap kay president o kaya kay prof, we have to acknowledge na if we commit to freelancing as a job, may actual business na mapipilay or may actual client na mapipilay in case hindi mo magawa yung trabaho mo. So, ayan, 3 other important things: physical health, mental health, and time budgeting. Sige po. Ayan. For this section naman, ang gusto kong ma-realize natin is your student freelance career will require several investments and compromises. So yun sa investment, maaring palakasan muna ng loob na ay pwede ba akong humiram muna ng gadget habang nag-iipon ako para makapag-ipon for my own na pwede magamit sa freelancing. O kaya yun, may mga nag-join sa paluwagan para makakuha ng fund for their gadget sa laptop. And compromises din naman, kailangan natin mag-adjust ng body clock or even ng habits natin. Ayun, hindi shortcut ang freelancing para magkaroon ng pang-tuition agad or kaya pang-bili ng requirements sa school. Kasi if you would browse TikTok, yun yung nakakasad na very glorified lang ang freelancing. Na parang laging you could do this, anyone could do this. When the terrible truth is that hindi siya for everyone. And I would acknowledge even ako na kung hindi ako privileged na estudyante, na hindi ako nabilhan ng parents ko ng laptop kung walang wifi sa bahay, hindi rin naman ako makakapag-freelance. So privilege really played a lot of played a big role para maging successful ako sa freelancing. And kailangan natin i-acknowledge na hindi lahat as privileged as we are. So next po. Nasa 4th section na tayo, wherein we would explore kung paano exactly mag-kickstart ng freelance career ang isang full-time student. Sige po. Ayan, I divided this into 5 steps. Disclaimer lang, ito ay steps para until sa pag-send mo ng proposal. Kasi madami ka pang kailangan i-practice din in terms of how to stand out sa Upwork, yung profile mo. O kaya how to stand out in interviews, in proposal making. Pero since limited yung time frame na meron tayo, ito na muna. And ayan, later naman, I would send you my contact details kung how you could keep in touch with me, na willing naman akong tumulong, and ayan, we could review your portfolio, your profile, for you to start freelancing. Ayan, step 1, summarize muna natin ha. Step 1, assess your risk appetite. Step 2, find your niche. Step 3, build your portfolio. Step 4, create a template for a proposal letter. Step 5, practice your interview skills. Ayan. So, 5 basic steps to start from nothing and explore freelancing. Sige, next slide po. Ayan, let's talk about the step 1, which is assessing your risk appetite. Diba sa investments, kung na-try nyo na yung G-Invest, may questionnaire doon para ma-link ka ni GCash sa ano yung bagay na type of investments or stocks for you. Similar din dapat yun sa freelancing, na hindi ka basta-basta lang gagawa ng profile sa Upwork. Assess mo muna yung appetite mo for the riskiness of this particular industry. Ano yung pwedeng question na matanong mo sa sarili mo? First, would you prefer one-time projects lang ba or long-term clients? Personally, yung preference ko is long-term clients. Never ako nag-accept ng mga isahan lang na project din tapos na. Kasi personal ano ko naman, take dito is nakakapagod mag-send ng proposal. Lalo na nung nasa Upwork pa ako na may bayad actually yung pag-submit ng proposals. So, ayun. Next po, how many hours can you render for each work week? Kasi sa interviews, kadalasan tanong ni client agad yan is, syempre English kasi foreign sila. Ilan ba yung hours na pwede mo ma-render para sa amin? Can you do full-time? Can you do part-time? Usually, sa mga long-term client, ang bare minimum na hinihingi nila is 10 hours per week. Pero meron din naman kasing mga client na very light lang yung pinapagawa. Pwedeng on-call ka lang or pwedeng sabihin na around 2 hours lang per week, okay na. So yan. Next, you could also ask yourself, how many clients or project can you handle at a time? Huwag kayong gumaya sa akin na, parang ang ano ko kasi nun, more entries, more chances of winning. Nung lahat nag-yes, good luck sa atin, nasa 9 or even double digit pa ako yun ng hinahandle na clients. And admittedly, may mga napabayaan ako. So, you have to be very careful din sa pag-accept ng contracts. Kasi again, since estudyante tayo, what if mapabayaan din natin yung acad work natin, which is, not a good thing. Next po. Next would be find your niche. Ito kasi yung technical term for parang genre, category. So yun. Personally, the best niche is where your greatest skill and the client's greatest need meet. Ayan. Credits pala sa AYLC kasi doon ko nakuha yung yung root ng quote na to. So yan. Di ba na-mention natin kanina na sa marketable skills, masabi mong marketable siya if nakaka-add siya ng value para sa client. And if makakasolve siya ng problema, or if matutulungan niyo yung client na mag-achieve ng goal nila kung bakit nga sila in the first place nag-hire ng freelancer. So, paano nyo ba mahanap si niche? Pwede nyo i-explore yung personal interest nyo. Pwede kayo mag-start, ano ba yung course ko ngayon? So, kung accounting ako, pwede ako maghanap ng bookkeeping jobs. Kung DIA ako, pwede ako maghanap ng graphic design or 3D rendering jobs. Kung language major ako, pwede ako maghanap ng writing jobs. So, ayun. Or even yung mga personal nyong habits or personal hobbies, like talagang naturally nag-write ka for fun or kaya may gumagawa ka ng artworks, pwede nyo yun pagkakitaan. Next would be, yun yung catalog your marketable and valuable skills. By catalog, alam niyo mga package. Like for instance, ang ginawa ko is, since ang niche ko ngayon ay e-commerce, and ang mga related doon na skills ko ay photography, so nag-offer ako ng product photography, nilagay ko din sa package na pwedeng ako, since writer ako, pwede akong gumawa ng job ng product description and ng mga blogs kung may website sa kanila. So yun naman yung writing products ko or services rather. And since nag-graphic design ako, gumagawa rin ako ng mga listing images nila na pinopost or even yung mga social media post. So yun, by catalog, ilista nyo yung mga marketable skills nyo and convert them into a parang package of services na you could offer to a client. Kasi what if hinar ka lang for writing, pwede mo pang ma-upsell sa client yung iba mong skills na yan, pwedeng dagdag kita din. Ayan, next would be research on the freelancing market and identify the most profitable ones. Unfortunately kasi, especially sa social media and virtual assistants, napaka-saturated na ng market na yun. Di ba na-mention ko kanina na sa free up, $7 yung minimum usually na rate na binibigay. If you browse on Facebook groups na naghahanap ng social media managers or virtual assistant, their pay could be as low as $1 per hour, $2 per hour. Kasi ang laki ng supply ng freelancing and medyo hindi nakasabay yung demand for it. So I highly suggest na maghanap kayo ng mga market gaps or yung mga skills na hindi pa or services na hindi pa masyadong na-offer. Kasi beginner tayo eh. Hindi natin ma-assure na talagang mag-shine tayo from all the noise na ng mga gustong mag-try mag-freelancing. Ayan. Lastly, and important din, acknowledge that this step is continuous and may involve several cycles of trial and error. Kasi in my case, nag-start ako sa writing, pero ngayon hit ko na siya actually. Hindi na ako nag-accept ng mga job na involves freelance, writing rather. So, yung mga trabaho ko ngayon, for instance, sa Amazon, di ba, na-mention kanina na I focus on Amazon, creatives for Amazon. Hindi ko naman yun alam kung paano yun gawin when I started freelancing. Sadyang sunerte lang ako na may mga nagtiwalang client, pinatry sa akin, enroll ako sa iba-ibang, binigyan ako ng iba-ibang courses na pwedeng pag-aralan, or they themselves mentored me, saka ko natutunan and nahanap yung bago kong niche. So, ayan, let's explore more in detail yung mga profitable na freelancing niches. Next slide po. Ayan. We have 6 na i-introduce ko sa inyo. We have real estate. So, very big market kasi, especially sa US, ang real estate. Yung mga Airbnb, or even yung mga residential na real estate properties. So you could work for websites, startups, usually virtual assistant yung hinahanap nila, or you could even close deals for them, mga mortgage brokers, home stagers, ito yung mga pwede nyong maging kliyente under real estate. Digital marketing, ito naman yung pwede kang mag-explore sa social media, email, content marketing, usually mga blog owners ang pwede nyong maging client for this. E-commerce, again, ito yung niche ko ngayon. So, mga Amazon sellers, yung clients ko at the moment, ito yung businesses that sell online and they rely on graphic design and writing output para makabenta. Kasi doon kasi sa kanila, sa Europe and America, kung sa Shopee, ang pinakauna kong, and siguro kayo din, kung ano yung pinakamura na pinakamadaming reviews, yun yung bibilhin. Sa kanila, talagang grabe i-assess ng mga customer nila yung listing images, yung product description nila, mga specs. So, important sa kanila yung freelancers and yung output natin. Software as service, ito yung mga likes ng Adobe, Google, Bumble, Slack, or Canva. Canva yung pinakaalam kong may Philippine office nga sila, di ba? And nag-hire din sila ng mga remote workers. So, usually yun yung mga, grabe yung benefits na ibinibigay. May friend ako na nag-work sa Canva na parang every month may day siya ng mga freebies na binibigay sa kanila ng Canva. Other niche, health and wellness. Pwede ditong mga doktor na naghahanap ng bookkeeper or kaya nagpapamanage ng social media accounts nila, or even health institutions sa ibang bansa. Ayan. And lastly, finance. Pwede din na napadpad kayo sa client na working sa bank, insurance, and other financial institutions pa na would require the help of freelancers. Ayan. Next slide po tayo. Ayun. So, we will proceed to step 3. So, ayan. For instance, nakapag-decide tayo na, di ba, yung personal ko na lang naki-study na since EIC ako nun sa The Democrat and nag-write din naman ako. So, yun yung services na i-offer ko. And ang pinakamadali kasi noon is social media. So sige, digital marketing muna yung niche ko. Ang next step doon is gagawa tayo ng portfolio. Ayan. Important thing to note is that foreign clients often wouldn't care about your course and certifications. And they would hire based on proven skills. Ayan. Highlight na lang ng course. Diba? BS accountancy ako nung college. Pero ang trabaho ko ngayon is creatives. So may client ako na nagtanong na, anong ginagawa mo dito sa job posting na to? Kasi accounting ka pala. So really, hindi important kung anong course mo so long as you have the important skills to follow through dun sa client. Ayan. Ito. Anong klase bang mga portfolio yung pwedeng mong magawa? Pwedeng in the form siya ng PDF, pwedeng Google Slides, or pwede ka din, if marunong ka, gumawa ka ng sarili mong website. And ito nga, na very important, you could use your output for schoolworks, non-acad orgs, or kaya if wala ka naman ganun, pwede kang mag-offer sa friend mo or sa other orgs na, uy, sige gawin ko yung pubmat nyo for free, pang sample ko lang sa portfolio ko. And pwede ka din mag-ask ng testimony galing sa mga ka-org mo, o kaya sa advisor ng org nyo, or even sa prof mo, na alam yung skills mo. And pwede mo to lahat malagay sa portfolio mo. Ayan. I-highlight ko lang itong sa certification kasi pinistage din ngayon ng mga nagbebenta ng course na as if sobrang kailangan mo ng course para lang maka-freelance. Yung mga nagbebenta ng paid courses online. Personally, never ako nag-enroll sa ganun. If you have the money, hindi ko naman sinasabing huwag kayong mag-enroll. Pero, yan, be very particular sa enrollan ninyo. Huwag magpabudol sa mga nagsasabi na automatic magkakakliyente ka after lang mag-enroll mo sa course nila. Yan. Next po. Ayan, very briefly, ipapakita ko sa inyo ito yung portfolio ko. Ayan, kadire. Ayan, ano pa siya, ito kasi yung portfolio ko mismo nung nag-start ako mag-freelance as a college student. Hindi ko to in-edit para makita nyo ano mismo yung mga pinaglalagay ko and kung gaano pa katsaka nun yung graphic design skills ko. O, diba? Ayan. Sa first page, ang ginawa ko lang is para siyang table of contents na since, diba, sabi ko ang offered services ko, writing and graphic design. So, nakalista, nakasummarize lang yan dyan. Sa baba naman, meron tayo ng basic details ko. Ayan. Next po. Ito naman na yung mga sample ng output na nilagay ko since nga wala tayong ibang pagkukunan kundi yung mga ginawa natin for org. Sa writing, ang ginawa ko is kumuha lang ako ng I think creative writing ito. Kumuha lang ako sa litfolio ng The Democrat na ginawa ko. Nilagay ko dun. Ang mga andito is description na nanalo yung litfolio. Kasi wala naman tayong other results na pwedeng ibida. So yung awards na lang na nakuha ng output mo. Na-mention ko din dyan na ayan yung writing prompt, tapos ito yung output. Nilagay ko na dun yung project date and yung format. Ayan, sige, next. Ito naman, di ba kanina creative writing? Ito, technical writing. Since hindi pa naman ako na-employ sa kahit anong company na nagre-require nito, ang ginawa ko is yung pinang-competition ko sa AmCham, American Chamber Business Leadership Program, yung winning business proposal ko doon, yung nilagay ko dito. So, in-MM ko na lang dyan, na-uploaded siya ng panel, tapos nanalong first, ganun. Ano pa ba? Ayan, so yan, yun yung ginamit ko for technical writing. Next po. Ito naman ay for graphic design. So, ang ginamit ko for print publication is yung mga ginawa kong magazine cover for The Democrat. Same thing, minention ko na nanalo siya kasi yun yung pinaka-result. Minention ko din dito yung role ko as a layout artist and editor-in-chief sa The Democrat noon. Ayan. So, next. Ito naman is presentation design. So, dito, ultimo thesis presentation namin, nilagay ko sa portfolio ko. Kasi ako yung nag-design ng slides. So, nilagay ko sa portfolio ko. So, ayun. If you would notice, lahat ito hindi mga professional output. Talagang output siya ng isang common na estudyante. And with this portfolio, actually, hindi ko na ito na-update ever eh. From 2020 to 2021, ito yung ipinapasa, ay nakakaland naman tayo ng clients. So, ayan, so long as ma-explain nyo yung role nyo doon, and yung result na nakuha ng output nyo, kahit academic output lang yan, pwede yan magamit for portfolio. Ayan, next slide tayo. Ayan, very briefly, Ito naman, si proposal letter kasi, yung isasubmit nyo kada nagpipitch kayo kay client ng services nyo. Diretso na tayo sa sample. Next slide po. Ito ay sample letter ko sa isang client na until now din, kawork ko pa. So ayan, andito, review natin. Na, Hi Nicole, I am Ruby Jane Bandola and I am writing with eagerness for the ticket. Ito yung job, yung ticket title niya, ng job description. So binida ka dito, itong 11 years and 6 years. Again, hindi yan professional. 11 years kasi nagsimula akong mag-write elementary. 6 years kasi nag-start akong graphic design high school. Pero hindi naman ako nagsisinungaling na ganun talaga yung years ng experience ko sa writing and graphic design. So I included that. Nilagay ko din dito na perfect yung score ko nung nag-take ako ng proficiency in English exam, which is important sa kliyente kasi medyo ayaw nila, kadalasan encounter ako ng client na ayaw niya mag-hire daw ng Indian kasi nahihirapan siya mag-communicate. So important sa kanila yung English skills and communication skills. So next dito sa proposal ko, minention ko yung other experiences. Like for instance, ito, may COVID drive, nag-SOCPED manager ako dun sa page na volunteer lang naman. Ayan. Dito yung upselling ng skills na ito yung mga pwede kong ma-offer na skill na services sa'yo if ever you hire me. And after this email, nag-attach ako ng portfolio ka ng sample projects. So, yun. To summarize, ang kailangan yung ilagay dyan, sino ka? Ano yung purpose mo for pitching for their job? Ano yung relevant work experience mo? And ano yung services mo na pwedeng i-offer? And then, yung portfolio and samples mo. Yung next slide po tayo. And lastly, last step, practice your interview skills. Kasi after you submit, in case magustuhan ka ng client, ang next niyan is magbubook ng interview. So, bale, ang pinaka-tip ko na lang dito, dress appropriately, wag naman magpambahay, pero hindi mo din naman kailangan mag-quote. Basta, presentable ka. Research about your client, kung may website sila, basahin mo na para makapag-prepare ka ng questions relevant dun sa job posting and relevant sa kailangan ni client. And bonus na lang na tip, research yung STAR method. Proven and tested to na interview answer template. So, sayang kasi hindi na siya madidiscuss kasi, ayan, madali na tayo matapos. Next slide po. Ayan, last na step. Kunwari nakakreate ka na ng portfolio, okay na yung interview skills mo, okay na din yung profile mo, ano pa ba? Alam mo na yung niche mo. The next question is, saan ka ba maghahanap ng clients talaga? Sige po, next slide. For a beginner, ito yung mga pwede nyong pagkunan. Pinakauna is sa job sites. Si Upwork, ito usually yung pinag-uumpisahan talaga ng beginner sa freelancing. Kaso, ayun, may bayad dito kasi yung pag-send ng proposals. May tinatawag na connects. Sa free up, dito naman, binamarket nila yung sarili nila as the top 1% of freelancer. Kasi sa free up, meron mo ng rigorous process para maka-create ka ng account sa kanila. Pero worth it naman siya, yung buong process na yun kasi, diba, pinakita ko naman sa inyo ng mga rates, like, mababa na, pa kanila yung $7. Online Jobs PH and Fiverr. Pwede nyo dun siyang i-explore. But more than these platforms, pwede rin kayo mag-explore sa social media. Merong mga nagpo-post sa Facebook group. Pwede nyong i-explore ang group na Upwork Freelancers PH. Pero ingat lang kasi meron din ditong mga lowballers, slave drivers, and scammers. And I would recommend din si group na Thriving Freelancers PH. Very nurturing yung admin and may-ari nung community na ito. Very helpful. Ayan. So even on social media, pwede kayo makahanap. Next would be sa personal network nyo. Kung may friend kayo na freelancer, pwede kayo makakuha ng referrals from them. Or if sa tingin nyo hindi pa kayo ready maghanap ng clients on your own, pwede kayo mag-apply sa agencies. Ang disadvantage lang ng agencies is medyo malaki yung cut nila sa magiging sweldo mo. Unlike sa if direct hire ka ng client. So, next po. Very briefly lang, ganito yung itsura ng Upwork job feed. So, meron dyan, ayan, may search box para maghanap ka ng relevant na mga keywords sa role mo. Like, pwede ka mag-search ng writing, design. Tapos dito sa baba, ayan, may details na ano yung title, job description. Meron din dyan, take note of this, yung payment verified. Kasi even sa Upwork, may mga nakakalusot dyan na scammer. Eh, di ba dyan nga ako na-scam noong 2015, 2016. Ayan. Makikita mo din dyan yung kung ilan na yung na-spend ni client sa pag-hire on Upwork. Kung taga saan siya, ito China. Meron din United States. Ayan. And if you would look sa right, makikita nyo dyan yung personal categories ko na graphic design, technical writing, creative writing. Next po. Ayan. Ito, to be honest, hindi ko na na-update din ang Upwork profile ko since 2020. So, ayan. May kita nyo dyan yung ano yung nilagay ko sa profile ko. Pwede mo ma-set dyan yung rate na preferred mo. Back then, $10 per hour ako. Ayan, you could read na lang or screenshot this para as a sample kung ano yung pwede niyong mailagay sa About Me section ng Upwork. Ayan, ilagay ko dyan yung degree ko. Although never naman ako nag-accounting gig actually. So, yan. Next po. Ito is sample lang na job posting. So, makikita nyo dyan yung ito ino-offer niya fixed price $10 and ang gusto niyang skill set nung i-hire niya is intermediate. Ano pa ba? Makikita niyo dyan yung roles and responsibilities. Makikita niyo din dito sa right side yung about the client. Kasi again, be very, very meticulous sa pagpili ng a-applyan. So okay naman siya. Ito, 83 yung reviews niya. $100K na yung na-spend niya. So mukhang legit naman. And since 13.73 per hour yung average hourly rate niya, mukhang hindi naman low baller. And generous na actually itong rate na ito. And since member siya since 2020, ayan, mukhang legit na naman talaga yung nag-post ng job na ito. Ayan. Next po. Ito naman, free up. So kung mapapansin niyo si free up kasi hindi pa masyadong maganda yung interface niya. Ito yung itsura ng feed, job feed ni free up. Next po. Ayan, briefly na lang, clients na, although na-mention ko na to kanina, ito yung never kayong mag-engage na client. Kasi kahit beginner pa lang kayo, hindi nyo deserve yung magiging treatment ng mga ganitong client. Una yung mga low baller, yung na-mention ko na if ang, sorry, yung ino-offer is around $1 to $3 per hour, like, sure, kumpara sa Pinas na wage, medyo mataas na siya. So, freelancing world actually, mababa to, si $1 to $3. Ayan, sa low ballers, always set your worth or know your worth and set your boundaries. Ayan, scammers. Ang general rule is, pag humingi sa inyo ng parang bond daw, security bond, ang gagawin dito is mag-deposit daw kayo ng ganitong amount. Assurance lang daw nila na gagawin mo talaga yung task and hindi ka mang mag-aawol. Red flag agad yan, do not engage. Kasi ang legit clients, sila yung magbabayad sa'yo pag nagpa-task sila. Hindi ikaw yung magbabayad ng security sa kanila. Ayan. Beware din sa racists. Kasi unfortunately, meron din mga nito. Kasi naniniwala sila na pag third world country, hindi naman deserve ang rates na kasing taas as yun, US or UK. Or ito yung mga typically, mga slave drivers din na walang respeto sa oras mo, na kahit weekend, or kahit madaling araw, tatawagan ka nang walang pasabi. Ayan, do not engage. Kay low ballers, kay scammer, and kay racist. Sige po. Ayan. So, we have reached the end of my presentation. So, di ba kanina na-mention na I'm trying to build a network. Hindi siya networking. It's a network or a community of freelancers in Bicol. So, dito nyo ako pwedeng mahanap. Hindi pa to active, hindi ko pa to nala-launch. Una ko tong shinare is dito sa ACP na if gusto nyo na makausap ako, magpa-mentor, magpa-check ng ginawa nyong portfolio or samples based sa natutunan nyo dito sa presentation natin, you could scan this QR code. It would lead you to the group na ang title is Oragon Freelancers. Kasi Bicol pa lang yung gusto kong matouch na market. Excuse me. Or kaya, search na lang. And I would accept your request for membership na lang later. So, next slide po. So, ayan, let's keep in touch. You could reach me in these accounts. Sa Facebook, you could search for me, RJ Bandola. Or Insta, pwede nyo akong i-follow or i-message. Or para hindi ko yung matabunan sa social media platforms ko, pwede kayong mag-send ng gusto nyong ipa-check or i-consult dito sa email kong ito. So, I think yan, that ends my talk. And I do hope na you learned a lot and it could encourage you to explore freelancing eventually.
Ayan. Thank you so much po, Miss Ruby, for that very inspiring and useful talk. So for our audience, let us all show our appreciation by typing heart emojis in the chat box. Ayan. So utilize natin yung mga emojis ng Zoom. Ayan. Grabe. For me, ang dami kong natutunan and talaga namang as a student who aspires as well to have that six-figure monthly income soon, you know, I enjoyed the talk very much, and it inspired me to hold on to my dream to be financially independent and to help support my family as well. I mean, who wouldn't, right? So, sino bang may ayaw ng pera? Well, siguro I'm talking about that clean, hard-earned money. Syempre, dun pa rin tayo sa tamang daan. But seriously, I actually learned a lot from Miss Ruby's presentation, especially since I also wish to have a side hustle without compromising much of my study. So, parang very helpful yung freelancing in terms of kapag college student ka. Kasi syempre, aside from ACADS, meron din tayong mga orgs na kailangan paglaanan ng oras. So I think freelancing is really the answer. Although sabi natin kanina, they're actually a con to every pro. Pero siguro with all the tips na diniscuss kanina ni Ma'am Ruby, nagkaroon tayo ng idea para mag-set ng realistic expectations in terms of freelancing. So, to all our participants naman, if you have questions or comments for our speaker, kindly reserve them for later's open forum. However, you may already accomplish and input your queries in the Google form that will be shared in the chat box. Ayan. So for now, before we transition into the open forum of the webinar, let us first take part in a quick game segment that our staff prepared for us. So para lalo tayong ma-energize, let's have a simple icebreaker muna. Ayan. Huwag kayong masyadong serious, guys. Smile naman kayo dyan. So, ayun na nga. So, our game will be called Guess the Gibberish. O, diba? Name pa lang ng game, magis na. Pero guys, I swear, super fun nito. So, without further ado, let me now read the game mechanics para naman aware kayong lahat. All participants of this ACP topic are eligible to join this exciting game. Gibberish words will be flashed on the screen. The players will try to guess the real word meant by each gibberish. Players shall send the item code after the go line to be sent by the tech team. So code sent before this will not be counted. The first player to successfully type the correct code will be given the chance to supply the correct answer. So in case the recognized player guessed the wrong answer, the player who sent the code after them will be given the chance to answer. And syempre, winners will be given exciting prizes. So try, enjoy, and win. Kaya naman, ano pang hinihintay natin? Let us now proceed to the trial round first. Ayan, practice muna bago ang totoong laban. Ayan, trial round muna po tayo. So for the first, ayan, guess the gibberish. Sa tingin nyo, anong word kaya to? So for the code, kindly type hashtag Suma-Sideline after the go signal. Ayan. So meron nang nauna. Grabe, ang dami nag-answer. Mga keyboard warriors talaga ang ating Athenians. Ayan. So, if I'm not wrong, Kim Buendia. Tama po ba, Tech Team? Kim Buendia yung nauna after ng go signal. So, ayan. Hello po, Kim. Ayan. Kindly turn on po your microphone to answer. Ayan, Kim. So, tingin mo, anong word kaya yung pinoportray nitong gibberish word na to? Ayan. So, siguro, ayan. Siguro, okay. So, reminders lang po na you have to put the code that I said kanina, hashtag Suma-Sideline, before answering kung ano yung gibberish word na yon. Okay, so sige. Proceed tayo, okay. Proceed tayo doon sa nag-input ng code. Ayan, so si Trevor. Trevor Galapate. Ayan, hello po.
Good afternoon po.
Hello, good afternoon yan. Ano sa tingin mo yung gibberish word na to?
I think it stands for ACP.
Ayan. Tama kaya yon, Tech Team? Reveal na natin ang answer. Tama kaya? Alright. So, tama si Trevor. Congratulations, Trevor. Tama ang answer mo na, ACP. Pero dahil trial round mo na to, ayan, bawi tayo sa totoong laban in the following rounds. Okay, so I believe nakuha nyo naman na yung gist ng ating game. So now, let us begin with the real deal. Prepare your typing skills, keyboard warriors, because we are now proceeding with the actual game rounds. And guys, para lalo kayong ganahan, yes, meron po tayong pa-prize. Kaya naman, Athenians, it's time to be competitive dahil cash prize ang labanan. And konting reminder lang, follow natin yung code na ibibigay dahil we'll be calling the participants who placed the right code for each round. Ayan, so for our first round, our code will be hashtag work, work, work. So tatlong work yon, work, work, work. Okay, ano kaya yung gibberish word na huhulaan natin? Ayan, ano kaya sa tingin nyo? Again, our code, hashtag work, work, work. Ayan. Hanapin natin. Sino kaya yung nauna? Wait lang. Masyadong madaming nag-answer. Very participative. Ayan. So, ang nauna daw is si Ate Therese Pototan. Hello po, Ate Therese.
Hello po.
Ayan. So, sa tingin mo po, ano kaya yung word na to?
Working po.
Ayan. Tama kaya yon tech team? Tama kaya ang working? Ayan. Tama kaya yung working na hula ni Ate Therese? Ayan. So, worry king. So, yung answer natin is working. So, tama si Ate Therese. Ayan. Decision ako. Tama yun. Joke lang. Tama po talaga yung working. So, congratulations, Ate Therese. And sabi ni Ma'am Ruby, ayan, yung winners, pa-note ako, idadagdag kong prize is i-prioritize ko sila sa mentoring calls. Ayan. So, gusto ko na rin pala maglaro. Ayan. Kayo na pala mag-fasi. Ayan. So, ayan guys, pandagdag motivation. May ano pa kayo? May dagdag mentoring session with Ma'am Ruby. So, for the first round, ang panalo is si Ate Therese. Ayan, bawi tayo sa second round. Next slide po. So, for the second round, ayan, our code will be hashtag side hustle. Ayan. So, kindly, next slide na po. Yung gibberish word. Ayan. Ano kaya sa tingin nyo? Hashtag side hustle. Ayan. So, yung nauna is Andrea Joy Agapor. Ayan. Hello po.
Hello po.
Yan. Ano po sa tingin nyo, ate, yung correct word?
The correct word is flexible po.
Ayan. So, ang correct word kaya is flexible. Tama ba yun, tech team? Alright. So, congratulations, Ate Andrea Joy. Tama ka. And meron ka pang extra mentoring session with Ma'am Ruby. Plus, meron pang cash prize. So, ayan. Proceed tayo sa third round. Ayan. Don't worry, guys. Meron pa tayong last 2 rounds. So, for the round 3, we have the code hashtag road to millionaire. Ayan. Gusto nating yumaman, kaya hashtag road to millionaire. So, ano kaya yung gibberish word na huhulaan natin? Next slide po. Ayan. Ano kaya sa tingin nyo? So, ang nauna is si Paula Maranya. Ayan. Hello po, Paula.
Hello
Ano?
po.
Ayan. Ano po sa tingin nyo yung word na to?
Freelancing.
Alright. Freelancing. Tama kaya yon, tech team? Alright. Congratulations po, Ate Paula. Tama ang iyong answer na freelancing. Alright. So for our last round, ayan, warm up na kayo dyan dahil ito na ang last round natin. So for our last round, we have the code hashtag papasa ako this sem. Ayan, let's claim it, guys. Papasa tayo this sem. Hashtag papasa ako this sem. Ayan. So ano kaya yung gibberish word na huhulaan natin? Ayan. So ang nauna is si Maria Cristina Favorito. Ayan. Paboritong-paborito ka namin. Yan. Ano po sa tingin niyo yung correct answer dito?
Hello po. I think
Hello.
the answer po is income.
Ayan. Tama kaya yung sagot ni Maria Cristina? Income? Alright. So, congratulations. And kindly note na lang po sa ating staff yung mga winners. Alright. So, my warmest congratulations to all of our winners. Isang palakpakan naman dyan. Ayan. At sa mga hindi nanalo, still, congratulations pa rin. Yan. Panalo naman kayo sa mga puso namin. Again, thank you so much for your cooperation. And to claim the prize, our staff, Miss Jacqueline Rosel, si Ate Jack, will just coordinate with you. So, baka i-PM na lang kayo So mag-reply kayo para maklaim nyo yung cash prize. Alright, so mukhang nabuhayan nga ang diwa ng ating mga participant. At dahil tapos na ang ating game, tapos na rin ang pagiging jolly and competitive era natin. Siguro, it's time to transition to being serious and curious naman. And without further ado, let's now proceed with the open forum. So for your comments and queries to our resource speaker, feel free to post them in the Zoom chat box. You may also use the raise hand button at the bottom of your screens. However, please wait for me to acknowledge you before you open your microphone to ensure the smooth flow of our open forum. And to our YouTube viewers, you may just post your questions in the live comment section. All right. So while waiting for our participants to share their insights and questions, let us welcome first our reactor, Ms. Czyrean Oatemar, a third-year BS Accountancy student at Ateneo de Naga University. Good afternoon po, Ate Zay.
Good afternoon. A pleasant afternoon, Ma'am Ruby, and to our participants. First of all, thank you for the on-point and very relatable discussion about freelancing. Kasi I myself do side hustles. When I was in junior high school and senior high school, I accepted commission works for birthday planning, creative personalized gifts, and distribution of graduation photos, reselling of products from certain manufacturers, and among others. I'd like to agree that those side hustles were not stable, but they gave me the power to choose. So it was 2 years ago when I started working as a personal assistant and photographer for photo and video coverage of different events such as weddings, birthdays, pre-debuts, etc. And indeed, I had the choice. Number one, when to work. I usually accept freelance work on a Saturday or even on a weekday if I am certain that my instructors will conduct asynchronous sessions. Huwag niya akong tutularan on that part. Second, what to work on and who to work for. I love photography and filmmaking. So it also serves as my breather from the academic stress. BS Accountancy brings me talaga naman BSA. Also, I usually work for my brother since he is one of the owners of Macjello Photography and Jadimar Photography. Third one, how much to get paid for rendered work. I get a reasonable amount of compensation for the work I have rendered. So I very much appreciate how our speaker was able to give us a direct checklist, a list of beginner-friendly freelance jobs, and how we can utilize and create steps to start freelancing. But aside from the technical knowledge I have gained from the discussion, I would like to emphasize my sharing in the idea that freelancing has disrupted how society bucks the idea of success. Frankly speaking, freelancing may not be for everyone, but it provides a great opportunity, a great platform for everyone, especially those who are not privileged enough to finish a 4 or 5-year program, or those who want to deviate from the usual path people take when it comes to career building to thrive and provide a good lifestyle for themselves and for their family. You can be successful in freelancing with the right mix of determination, skills, and most especially attitude. After all, success is not just about the number of digits you get in your monthly salary. It can be about the fulfillment you get from the work you do while earning to sustain your desired lifestyle. So overall, this talk gave me another phase to building a career path. I am immensely grateful for the opportunity OSA and our speaker gave for us today. So thank you so much. And once again, good afternoon to everyone.
Ayan. Thank you so much, Ate Zai, for sharing your reflection and ideas about the topic. Talaga namang freelancing might be risky, pero sabi nga ng speaker natin kanina, freelancing would offer us a lot of opportunities, not just in terms of financial aspect, but also in terms of personal growth. So now let us also hear another set of thoughts from our second reactor, Miss Carmela Lanuza, a third-year BSDA Legal Management student at the same institution. Hello po, Ate Carms. All right. So maybe our second
Hello.
ayan. Hello po.
My audio.
Yes po, Ate Carms. Medyo choppy lang po on my end. Ayan. So it seems that our second reactor is having some internet connectivity problems. So proceed muna siguro tayo sa ating third reactor. All right. So let us welcome Miss Bea Bianca Oviedo, a third-year BS Psychology student at the same institution. Good afternoon po, Ate Bea.
Hello, good afternoon to everyone, especially to our resource speaker, Miss Ruby Jade. My name is Bea, and then today I'll be reacting to our very informative discussion about freelancing. I think that this is a very timely conversation, especially now in the new normal. The pandemic has paved way for online businesses as well as home-based operation for companies. Along with this, the pandemic has also made it possible for students to have the time to involve themselves in these jobs through the flexibility of online classes. I personally took on tutoring, writing, proofreading, and transcribing jobs from the start of the pandemic up till now. Those part-time jobs have given me not only financial support, but also valuable experiences and learnings. Um, it also allows us to pursue different fields, expanding our skills and abilities. I really appreciate for how helpful your discussion was in identifying the do's and don'ts in freelancing, as well as a clear step by step for those who want to pursue it. Uh, your discussion proved po that freelancing is no longer just a stepping stone for those to working a traditional job, but a respectable industry on its own, which students can pursue and gain benefits from while still studying and eventually as a full-time job for those who are interested po. With all of that said, I would like to ask our research speaker a question. As we have established, freelancing poses many benefits, such as flexible time and the ability to make choices. However, freelancing by nature also requires a lot of self-motivation and self-discipline, which can foster imposter syndrome among those who are involved in it. And because we decide our own rate in these jobs, feeling like we are not good enough with the work that we do, may result in us undervaluing ourselves and consequently making us prone to being underpaid. My question is, do you have any ways to combat imposter syndrome for those pursuing freelancing? Again, thank you so much for the very enlightening discussion. I know po that this will be helpful for many of us here in the meet, myself included po. Thank you.
Hey, hello. Ayan. I'm no stranger dun sa nasabi mong struggle. Tapos, kasi, ano bang taon yun? Kasi there was a time na as in I had to take a leave because very terrible yung mental health ko. Kasi, ayan, for personal reasons. Then, because terrible yung mental health ko, affected yung productivity ko. And by extension, yung nagkaka-backlogs ako. So, pag nagka-backlogs ako, mas na-worsen pa yung estado ng mental health ko kasi I feel like, mataas yung pay ni client. It's like, nagsasayang ako ng oras at pera niya. So, to answer how you have to cope with that, una, in the first place, you have to be with the right client. Kasi pwedeng sila yung contributor in the first place. And sa kaso ko, after ko magsabi na this is what I'm going through, I'm sorry na ganito yung effect, and gusto ko mag-leave muna. Ang pinakauna lang ni response is they said sorry and asked me if they did anything to contribute to the deterioration of my mental health. And napaka-rare ng gano'n na client or employer na i-acknowledge na ay baka contributor ako kung bakit unproductive yung client, I mean yung freelancer ko. So that's one. In the first place, dapat very nurturing yung client na pinipili mo lang and hindi siya makakadagdag sa kastresan mo sa life. Sa personal naman, what I do ngayon na nakaka-cope na tayo is journaling really helped me a lot. Tinitake note ko kung anong araw ako pinaka-productive, anong araw hindi, and I make sure to forgive myself for those days na hindi ako as productive. Which reminds me of a very important quote na nakita ko lang sa Facebook na in days daw na you could only give, say, 40% and you gave 40%, you actually gave 100. So, I know easier said than done kasi to na before giving sa sarili, I know na imposter syndrome actually causes you not to think so. So, ayun, ang masasuggest ko lang na pinaka-relatable would be tracking your days, what you did, how you feel, and later on, when you're in a better state, mag-reflect. Kasi all of these, especially freelancer ka, wala ka kasing supervisor na mag-work review sa'yo frequently, walang mga musta talaga sa'yo like in life and in work. So all of these self-reflection and recording could be done by a journaling. So ayun. Okay naman ba? Nasagot ko naman ba yung tanong mo? Sige.
Ayan. Thank you so much po to our third reactor and especially to our speaker for answering Ate Bea's question. So, ayan, siguro very important talaga na alamin natin yung state natin because it would really affect also in our working status, especially in terms of freelancing. So very effective yung binanggit ni Ma'am Ruby na journaling kasi parang very effective siya in terms of assessing yourself. So with that, okay na po ba Ate Bea yung question?
Okay na po.
Alright. Ayan, talaga namang mukhang nakinig ng maigi ang ating mga reactor for today's webinar. And more than that, they were also able to share valuable insights that we can ponder on a little later. And at this point, we shall now entertain questions from other participants. Ayan, nag-share na ang mga ate natin. Siguro, it's time to voice out our opinions as well. And of course, if you are curious about something, feel free to ask questions kasi for sure, ready na rin si Miss Ruby na sagutin yan. She was born ready. Ayan. Again, just a reminder po, you may raise your hand or you may submit your questions via Google Forms. If meron mang mga brave soul dyan, please make sure that your question or reaction is clear, relevant, and concise. All right, let's start the ball rolling, guys. Allow me now to read the questions sent by our participants earlier through the Google form. Ayan, so for our first question po, hi, I've been accepting commissions related to story writing. And while I have a steady amount of clients before, during pre-pandemic, the rate was too low. The highest I've ever received was $5 per 1,000 words. Now, there was someone who asked me to write an essay for her as her homework and received $10 per page. and naka-double spacing daw po. When I used that as my rate, I am surprised that others are willing to pay for that and even go as far as paying $20 instead. While it's good for me, I'm wondering if I am committing academic dishonesty or if I am in a gray area. Like, what is the limit? I want to hear your thoughts po regarding this kind of commission. Thank you. So that's from an anonymous participant po.
Ayan. To be honest, diba, kanina na-confess ko na I also accepted those kinds of commissions. And to be honest, it is academic fraud. And tinotolerate natin yung mga porket may pera, pinapagawa na lang sa iba, and makakuha pa rin ng high marks. Ang view ko dito is similar dun sa view ni Madam Lenny with vote buying, na it's bad. Pero pagdating kasi sa pera, the reality, of course, even as a student na, di ba, bihira ngayong nakukuha natin na clients, and ang dumadating pa ganito na medyo morally wrong, bilang estudyante din tayo, hindi madaling humindi, especially if kailangan mo yung pera. I feel like yung view ko dyan is how would I say this? Ang pinaka may obligation to check on these is yung may power, which is the institutions themselves. As much as ayaw natin as students na mag-accept ng ganito, wala sa atin yung authority and power to do anything about it. So, ayun. To sum up what I've said, I know it's bad, but I've done it. It is academic fraud. Pero hindi ko ma-advise black and white na wag mong i-accept kasi I do not know kung ano yung financial conditions mo din. And I acknowledge na hindi lahat as privileged na mag-no sa jobs. And lastly, I know my feeling of guilt, pero as much as you want to do anything about it, the power is not with us. And it is with academic institutions to ban these kinds or to punish even these kinds of students.
Ayan. Thank you so much po, Ma'am Ruby, for answering the first question. So, siguro proceed po tayo sa second question. Do we have to have a bank account po for the client's payment? And ano pong possible alternatives for this?
Okay. If you're gonna work sa Upwork, kailangan na may linked bank account. Even with free up. Sa PayPal naman, as far as I know, kailangan mo din siya mag-link. And even sa Wise na ginagamit ko right now, kailangan din may linked bank account para ma-activate mo yung pag-receive ng US dollars. Bale, okay, para mas maayos yung pag-answer ko. Ano yung alternative? Wala, you really have to have a bank account. Ang BPI, meron silang jumpstart savings na pang minor talaga. Or, I don't know, if minor ka pa. Basta, may mga super low naman sila na maintaining balance, you could try. Hindi ko pa natatry, pero yung online bank na Como, I don't know, sa engagement ko lang with other people na kailangan ng bank account, ang pinakamadali daw gawan is Como. Or you could try, di ko pa din, these are suggestions lang, pero hindi ko pa siya vetted if talagang okay siya. Yung online banks din like CIMB, baka pwede. Ayan. Pero hindi kasi advisable for me na direkta mong sa bank account mo i-receive yung money. Ang ma-recommend ko is Wise. Si PayPal kasi ang baba ng rate, ang taas ng fees. Ang pinaka-okay for me na channel to receive payments is Wise. Kasi na-experience ko na pag nag-direct ako ng bank account, may ano ba yung term na yun? Yung floating, na parang ang tagal i-process and makapasok. Unlike sa Wise na real-time, makikita mo yung progress ng flow ng money mo. So to answer your question, kailangan talaga ng bank account, and recommended is wise. Ayun, yun.
Ayan. Thank you so much po, ma'am, for your tips and recommendations in terms of having a banking account and yung ano din sa PayPal. Ayan. So, since limited na rin yung time natin, we'll just be accommodating 2 questions po. So, third question, what is the minimum local and foreign rate for a newbie SMM? And then, meron pa po siyang sub-question. Is it better to get paid in a weekly rate or monthly rate as a freelance SMM?
Okay. Yung unang question is rates, di ba? Ano yung recommended or standard? When I
Yes,
started
po.
in 2020, yun talaga yung kasi yung nag-social media manager ako. Ang starting is around 5 or 6. Yun yung entry level. Pero sa free up, yung updated niya is dapat minimum 7. Yun yung mga advisable for entry level. Pero unfortunately, if you would browse sa Facebook listings ng mga or Facebook posts within groups ng mga nag-offer ng jobs, as low as 5 cents per hour, $1 per hour, merong ganun. And yun nga, it's a debate within the freelance industry na may mga nagsasabi na dapat daw kasi hindi na nag-accept ng ganong clients. Kasi if you do accept those clients or if you even price yourself na super baba, na lower than standard sa ng 7 or 5, binababa mo din, naapektuhan mo yung the rest ng freelancers na even though qualified, hindi makaland sa matinong mga job. Kasi alam ng ibang client ay may makukuha at makukuha ko for as low as 5 cents per hour. So, ayan. Na-answeran ko naman ba yung both?
Yes po,
No.
ma'am. And for our last question po, meron po ditong question na earlier, you've mentioned that we can include schoolwork in our portfolios if we have no experience. Is there a time limit to the schoolwork we can use? Example, if our last published work was from our teenage years and we are now in our early 20s, is it usable po?
Okay. Based kasi sa clients na na-encounter ko, ang tinitingnan mismo nila how, paano nagmamatch yung skills mo with what they need, may it be a goal or a problem that needs to be solved. So, irrelevant kung para kanino mo ginawa, hindi, relevant naman siya. Irrelevant yung date kung kailan mo siya ginawa. Ang important is, may positive results bang nakuha yung gumamit ng ginawa mo, or in terms of creative, kasi siguro yun yung nature ng output mo. Pwede mong gamitin na pang explain or di ba kasi kailangan ng results na ita-tie up doon sa output mo. So pwede sigurong testimony ng nakabasa, or kaya kung pinublish mo talaga siya, feedback from a reader na talagang nagustuhan yung gawa mo. So, ayun. Ang dami ko ng chinika, pero ang the answer dun sa tanong is hindi importante na dapat updated lagi. So long as feeling mo, pasok pa naman sa quality ng service na na-offer mo talaga ngayon. Kasi kung outdated na, tsaka pa, wag mo na gamitin. Mag-update ka na lang.
Ayan. Thank you so much po, ma'am, for accommodating our questions in our open forum. Ayan. At mukhang curious na curious pa rin ang ating participants since may mga questions na hindi na nasagutan. But don't worry, guys, because rest assured naman na if ever there are still questions, we'll be forwarding your queries or comments to our resource speaker. And na-share naman ni Ma'am Ruby yung mga socials niya kanina, including her email. So I think we can utilize them in sending our questions and comments. Ayan, at dyan na nga nagtatapos ang ating open forum for today. Grabe yung mga tanungan. Feeling ko very timely talaga ang ating topic ngayon. So mukhang marami-rami ang gustong magkapera, mag-engage sa freelancing. And siguro mukhang marami sa atin ang na-challenge and are now giving freelancing a second thought. Kasi syempre inflation rate, grabe na yung inflation sa Philippines. And indeed, very informative and helpful na naging webinar natin ngayong hapon. So, wag natin kalimutan i-assess yung pros and cons para bago tayo mag-invest, alam din natin yung mga i-expect nating outcome ng mga decisions natin. And syempre, wag natin kalimutan yung sharer/reactor natin. And to all those who actively participated in our open forum, thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate you. And siguro isa lang sabihin ko, kayo ang aming lifeblood. Ayan, kayo ang nagiging fuel ng webinar na to. And at this point in time, let's now acknowledge and express our gratitude to our resource speaker through an electronic certificate of appreciation for sharing with us her time and effort this afternoon. Allow me to read the citation first. Citation reads, the Office of Student Affairs, Ateneo de Naga University, presents the Certificate of Appreciation to Ms. Ruby Jane Bandola in grateful recognition of her expertise and service as resource speaker in the alternative class program entitled Suma-Sideline, Exploring Freelance Opportunities for Full-Time Students, held on November 22, 2022. Given this 22nd day of November 2022 at the Ateneo de Naga University, City of Naga, Philippines. Signed by Mr. Rodolfo S.B. Vertus Jr., Director of Student Affairs, Ms. Janet B. Badong Badilla, Executive Director for Mission and Identity, Dr. Alfredo C. Fabay, Vice President for Higher Education, and Father Roberto E.N. Rivera of the Society of Jesus University President. Ayan. Thank you so much once again, Ms. Ruby Jane Bandola. Isang palakpakan naman dyan, Sidelinerz. Ayan. You may actually utilize the emojis in our chat box po. With that, may I ask our resource speaker to turn on her camera to have a quick photo opportunity with the certificate. Ayan, Tech Team. Alright, once again, thank you so much po, ma'am, for sharing valuable insights and tips that will surely make use of in the future. Your hard work and dedication surely amazed us all. Isa ka pong inspirasyon sa aming mga kabataan. And now, let me give the virtual floor to Ms. Ruby Jane to deliver her closing statement and words of encouragement, if there are any.
Ayan, hello. I am happy na you took the first step for anything, which is to learn. So thank you to the 300 daw na students or even those na nag-view sa YouTube na non-Atenese na hindi Atenista. It's a feat in itself na naglakas ng loob kayo to acknowledge na may mga kailangan pa kayong matutunan. And here you are nga sa ACP to do so, to learn. And congrats din sa Ateneo de Naga University for consistently delivering quality topics for your students. Ayan. Parting words. Ano ba? Sa freelancing, ayan, acknowledge na first acknowledge na it's hard work, like hard work talaga yung kailangan, but not just that, kailangan mo yung skills, and you even need luck. You also need privilege. And it's an industry na not everyone thrives. As much as gusto kong sabihin na go na, like i-try nyo na kasi dito na yayaman yung pamilya nyo. Hindi. Ang daming factor na pwedeng umaffect sa freelancing journey nyo. And I would say na hindi ko masasabi na skilled kasi ako kaya ako thriving ngayon sa freelancing. Talagang it's because privileged ako na may mga nag-mentor sa akin. Privileged ako na may wifi sa bahay kahit pandemic. Privileged ako na ipambili ng laptop yung parents ko. And how I wish na talagang lahat ng 300 dito may similar opportunities and resources to do so. So, what I could do though, kasi hindi ako pwedeng mamigay ng 300 na laptop, is pwede kayong pumunta dun sa Facebook group natin. Pwede nyo akong i-email, pwede nyo akong i-message. And as long as kaya ng oras, I would love to accommodate your questions. And dun nga sa mga nanalo kanina, bukod sa cash, hindi ako yung bibigay ng cash sa Ateneo yun. See you sa mentoring calls natin. And yun lang. Thank you so much.
Ayan. Thank you so much po once again, Ma'am Ruby. And of course, thank you so much as well to our dear participants who expressed their interest in this webinar and for choosing to wrap this up together with us. But before we bid our goodbyes, let me just remind you guys to accomplish the evaluation form, which you can access through the Google form link that our staff will provide in the chat box, or by scanning the QR code flashed on the screen in order to receive your e-certificates. Alright, wag niyong kalimutan yung eval form para secured ang ating mga certificates. At this juncture, may I now invite everyone to turn on their cameras so that we can have a little documentation of this memorable event. Ayan, face reveal naman dyan, guys. Ayan, tech team, palid na lang po.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. Hold your smile. Okay, that's it.
Okay, thank you so much po sa ating tech team. And that's it for today's video. On behalf of the whole team, we would like to thank you for accompanying us in learning and exploring freelance opportunities. We hope that all of you really enjoyed and learned a thing or two from the fruitful discussion we had. Again, thank you so much, Ma'am Ruby, and to all our aspiring sideliners out there. We hope to see and have you again at the next ACP webinars and workshops. Next time, sana face-to-face na. Ayan. Once again, this is Catherine Liaban, your host, signing off. May all of us find the motivation to persevere and succeed in life. Indeed, it was a day well spent with you all, guys. Take care, everyone, and enjoy the rest of the day. Yan, thank you so much po. You may now leave the Zoom.